and welcome to another episode of Thoughts on Education, an initiative by College Dunia, where we interview esteemed dignitaries from some notable institute across all India to talk about expertise and their experiences in education domain. Today we have joining in with us Mr. Rakesh Kumar Gupta, founder of Culinary Institute of India and Center Information Technology and Management Sciences. I, Sushant Ranjan Lal, on behalf of the whole College Dunia fraternity, would like to extend you a very warm welcome. Please welcome, sir, on our platform.
Thank you, Sushant.
So it would be great if you can start by introducing yourself and enlighten our audiences about you and your institute, sir.
Well, as you said, I am the director of Culinary Institute of India. I'd correct a little, I am the founder director. So I founded this college in 1996, and I have been a hands-on person in this college where I devote my time to administrative matters as a second priority. The first priority is always the students, direct contact with the students. Started in 1996 and 24 years down the line. In fact, this is the 25th year that we are running. Seen a lot of rough weather, good wind, sailed through 24 years. और अभी तक एहसास ही नहीं हुआ कि 24 साल बीत गया. But yes, this profession is such. When you are nurturing youth, and the youth has so many ideas, you feel you are flowing as a river, timeless river. तो यही होता है skilled based education. और उसमें myself being a chef, I love spending time, quality time with the students. This institution has seen a remarkable time, not in terms of commercial venture, but yes, of course, in terms of Gurukul venture. We follow a very unique old tradition of Gurukul. Now, I call this institution a Gurukul because I don't turn back anybody. मेरे मीन्स में जहां तक है वहां तक मैं बच्चों को कोशिश करता हूं कि उच्चतम उत्कृष्ट स्किल लेवल के शिक्षा दी जाए. एंड बेसिकली मैनेजमेंट, एजुकेशन जो भी है, हर फील्ड के साथ मैनेजमेंट लगा हुआ है. यानी वो बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में सेट होना है और बिजनेस एनवायरनमेंट में उन बच्चों को जाकर के स्ट्रेट अवे जंप मिलनी चाहिए एंड ही शुड फील एज इफ ही बिलोंग्स देयर. यही तो रोल है इंस्टीट्यूशन का. और एज ए गुरुकुल हम लोग इस चीज की कोशिश करते हैं कि बच्चे मेरे उसी हिसाब से तैयार हो. इन अ नटशेल, आवर टैगलाइन सेज, we care for your career more than you do. So we care for your career more than you do.
That was great.
That's our motto, basically.
Okay. So the first question that I would like to ask you is, you have held key positions at Education Institute throughout your professional career. What are the key factors that keeps you connected with the education sector?
As I said, institutions and colleges can be commercial. For me personally, as Chef Rakesh Kumar Gupta, I'd say grooming and nurturing young minds, making them productive, for the entire business environment happening around you, gives you that feeling of Dronacharya, who may be a simpleton, lived his life simply. But yes, he produced Arjun, Karn, Bhishma, Bhim, and so many other disciples who had the power to change the world, who had the power to row the boat. And that's what keeps me connected to this education industry.
That was really motivational, sir. So being the director of your institute, what is your philosophy of leadership? How would you describe your leadership style?
Industry teaches you a lot of things. And as an alumni of IHM Bangalore, and later on, I had few other qualifications added to my portfolio, out of which PGDVM or MBA equivalent you can say from Symbiosis. Then I found a little bit of quenching my thirst by way of studying MA Economics. Still, I felt incomplete with the changing environment. And again, I took this studied MSc in hospitality and tourism. Now, you know what? As a chef, as a businessman, as a person, this journey of mine from IHM Bangalore, I was a student of physics honors in class 12. So what happened was I took this board of hotel management against all odds, because in my family, everybody was IITian or a doctor. Nobody was in management field. Somehow I landed up there and justified it. But that academics in me always kept kicking. So I was in food and beverage service. I did my job. Wherever I did my job, I never thought that I am an employee here. I had this great grand feeling ki yaar ye to meri jagah hai. And believe me, money did count, but somehow I was not very materialistic. So I just enjoyed my time. The productivity was at the top of the priority, and it was never like a job wherever I worked. I worked with Oberoi's Holiday Inn. That time Holiday Inn had come, brand new foreign property landing in India, 88, 91. Moved on to, for a very brief tenure in ITC, and then I took over to shipping offshore, which is basically a commercial catering industry. And I was like, zapped. It demanded a lot out of me. Somebody who wanted to achieve perfection. Like, when I was put down as a junior manager there in my company, I started taking care of very small bits and pieces. And in the due course of time, destiny pulls you. With effectiveness comes recognition. And this one industry, I'll tell you, does not need any backing. I had none, no godfather. Kept working hard, was at the right place, I think. Mumbai, Ahmedabad, Surat. Environment brings you up. The hard work, the recognition of your work, and promotions, yes. So at a very young age, I was promoted as Assistant General Manager for Shipping Operations, entire Bombay High South. Recently, you must have heard about Sagar Bhushan ship, oil drilling ship, the largest in India that has. I manned that ship. I took that ship for dry docking in Cochin. I was posted on that ship as well. So when you have this responsibility, it grooms you, it brings you up. And I came into academics by helping others to establish a college. I was always good in studies. So by 96, I felt, yes, I should be grooming students myself. It was all about money, advertisement, money. And, out of a class of 40, 50, 60 students, 10 would be excellent, 20 to 30 would be mediocre, and others would be no-hopers. So you would have seen dropouts in dozens from every class. It's not that it doesn't happen to me. So as a director, my first and foremost focus was that to make the students understand this is a gold mine of an industry where you get rewarded for what you know. You don't get rewarded for who you know. तो ये जो मैनेजमेंट का एनवायरनमेंट बनता है, ये शिक्षकों से बनता है. आप उनके दिमाग में क्या डाल. And I was always the one who would always strike for the best. Like even in 91, other colleges used to find difficult to send students to Leela Beach, Goa, or Le Méridien, or Marriott. I sent them handsomely. The product was, if your product is good, they will accept it. Some hotels used to demand money. I said, no, nothing doing. You take interview. My boy is good, take them, otherwise forget it. Believe me, they took one student of mine and they are bound to take another two. So that is the effect of Gurukul, where you don't see commercialization. You know what is the pitfall of commercialization? 30-to-1 ratio, 40-to-1 ratio, 60-to-1 ratio. That is where economics has taken you. Everything is not economics. Skill-based education is never going to be economics. The moment it goes economics, see what has happened to engineering colleges. They don't even get 8,000 rupees as a salary. But is it true? Yes, it is true. Not for IITians, not for NITians. But yes, for thousands of engineering colleges, private colleges. Why I say thousands? Because there are, and they are closing down one by one. So Gurukul is all about student to teacher ratio, where you focus individual student, where you make sure that none of your students walk out of your institution with weaknesses which is worthwhile being noted in the industry. Because you can kick your student in the Gurukul, shape them up. But if the industry starts kicking you, it's very difficult time out there in the jungle. You have to prove yourself again and again. And you lose precious time there. So Gurukul, our ancient system, is all about 1:1, 1:5, 1:10. Weed them out, make them stronger. So industry education has to be taken like education. When you talk about industry, it goes to economics. And when you talk about economics, everything falls flat. Good boys become better. Average becomes somehow managed to survive. And those who are really weak get drop out, wasting money, resource, and enough time of their career, and they're not able to switch over to another career.
So you have talked about education, in your institute, and then in the current scenario also. So the next question coming towards you is, the education system in India and other foreign countries are structured very differently. In your experience, what can an inbound student gain from studying here in your university, in your college?
As a pretext, I'll give you one very small example. I had my unique system. I understood this industry very well because I was one of the youngest general managers to be promoted in India at the age of 29 when I started this college. So I had a feeling, I had an understanding of the business environment and the requirement of the industry much better than the many people. So what happened? The realization struck me. This industry is run by capable people. Education scenario in India, still then in 91, only very handful of colleges were there. Even Durgapur had none, only one. Bengal had 3. Now Bengal has 50. And don't talk about other states. So what happened was businessmen come in because money is involved. Setting up an institution and a college in India is so tough. When you talk about business, you talk about return on investment. Because you have invested, you want return, obviously. Nobody can open a college or an institution as a private limited or a business unit. You have to do social work. You have to register a society or a trust, and then only you can get into education. Now, what happens there is very simple. Only money talks. So, skill, I was the first one to get on the bandwagon of City and Guilds from United Kingdom. The oldest certifying university, you can say, from the Queen's House, that is UK. And it had more than 2,000 titles. Somebody informed them about me and they met me and I said, okay, let us start. And I started my add-on certification for students where they give you certificate level degree for theoretical component, practical component. They give you diploma level, theoretical component, practical component, and then they give you advanced diploma, which is almost equal to graduation level. Now what happens is, being from UK, they had a very structured program. The focus is not on mugging up. I found it really weird that teachers are not trained how to teach. Teachers are not trained how to assess a student. It's very mechanical. In fact, thanks to this online process, the questioning pattern has changed. There is no brain-picking questions out there. Explain this, Write a paragraph on this. What do you know about it? Explain with 2 examples. All our traditional method of questioning every subject. तो ऐसे तो एग्जाम लिए जाते हैं. ऐसे एग्जाम यदि आप लेते रहोगे तो बच्चे तो बस मगअप करेंगे और किसी तरह से they will just write it down. So skill level things are about very minutest of things. If I talk about tomatoes, I would ask you, okay, tell me the pigment which makes it red. I'll ask him, what is the acidity level that should be maintained in this particular dish? I'd ask him, what is the composition of egg and why does egg increase in volume up to 25 times when you beat it? Tell me the chemistry behind the food. Tell me why when you make a chapati, it's whitish, make a paratha, it is brownish, and make a puri, it is deep brown. How can you actually, if I keep puris and kachoris in your plate, even from a far distance, you can talk, okay, see, that is puri and that is kachori, not because of shape. Even if I make the same shape, you can actually identify it using texture. So tell me something about texture. So these brain picking questions. Now, what are the difference between, say, yogurt and a curd? 99% people wouldn't be able to say that, even if they have done hotel management. Now, which part of the chicken is a red meat or a white meat? I mean, the chemistry behind food. Now, what is the biggest challenge? Big challenge for food industry is to serve good food to the customer. Now, as a guru, I'll always make my student much more efficient in recognizing food adulteration and the process of cooking hygienic food than knowing 100 of dishes and how to make them. Because that is the minimum expected out of you. And post-COVID pandemic, yes, that has become the truth. You watch my channel, I've started a series on who is a chef. I've already spoken 9 episodes and it's my YouTube channel. So, I've been in the meanwhile I was invited by IHM Ghaziabad to mentor a lot of chefs. So it was almost 150 chefs. So last pandemic, I helped them out, keeping their minds focused on this industry. Agreed that this industry is going through a bad phase, but it happens with everybody. Let's not forget the golden phase when you joined, when government was paying only 1,800 and our industry people were doubling up within 5 years. A 10-year experience would make you general manager in this industry. Hotel industry is such. So no other industry can. So that is my issue with Indian education scenario. Commercialization beyond means of common people. I'll give you one small example. There were colleges which were charging 8 lakh rupees to 10 lakh rupees. They still charge 8 to 10 lakh for hotel management courses. Tell me, where is it realistic? Is it? Because once you pass out, you get only 12,000 as a beginning. And if you're really lucky with some group, the basic is, in hand, you may land up with 16,000. So there was a time when good colleges were charging around 6 lakh and the salary that the student got were 1,800 beginning. They wouldn't be able to pay off their loan. So the disparity between industry payment and the cost of education, who will bear it? The government has said no subsidizing. You take care of yourself. But how can an educational institute take care of itself if it has to spend crores and pay back to bank also in lakhs? They have to maintain the scale of economics. So there are many factors: the society, the government, the bureaucracy, the licensing drains you out. So smaller skill level program which starts a salary of 10,000 wouldn't be able to survive if cost of operation is so high. Initial 10, 15 years, I was very lucky. I was the right time. I invested hell of a lot and actually I paid off my loan. And that is why I am able to survive today while most of the colleges have wound up. In Bengal, at least 60 to 70 colleges have wound up. But since I don't have any encumbrance, our college is encumbrance free. So we rest easy. Even with small number of students, we know how to survive because I have a packed team of groups, and there I have a devoted team of part-time faculties who are always ever willing to share their time with us, my students. So I have been fortunate. I don't know why God has been kind. But yes, as a chef, as a professional, I spend most of my time, daytime with my student, so that they don't feel that they are getting below standard. And that is the reason I have more than 200 general managers out of 700 those who are passed out. So that is a terrific ratio to have. The education industry in India is basically hampered by the scale of economics and the lack of teachers training program. They are not able to assist the student. So City and Guilds is now riding bandwagon with Manipal India. So it's long back we parted ways. Actually, Manipal University took City and Guilds courses, and right now they are charging, any institution is charging minimum 2.8 lakh per year if somebody wants to have that City and Guilds certification program. I remember I gave it for below 10,000. I was the signing authority of the Southeast Asian certification program for City and Guilds UK. So I have seen, I have felt, I used to train teachers how to put questions to them. Teaching is nothing. Teaching, nowadays students don't even want to mug up also. They would just pick up YouTube and start learning, only listening. They don't want to work hard. They don't want to write. They don't want to do practicals. So you have to make it interesting. Who will do it? The teachers. Now teachers are finding it very difficult because they need some lot of good training. So quality trained manpower who can act as a guru, not as a teacher. We don't need teachers. We need trainers. We need guides who can work on your mind as well as your physical skill set. ये तीन चीजें टीचर में बहुत जरूरी है. फिजिकल स्किल सेट डेवलप करने की एबिलिटी, खुद में विश्वास रखना कि yes, I can carry any student up. Many times it happens, students from villages come down with high dreams और उन्हें अंग्रेजी बोलनी नहीं आती है. So we have set up a language lab. और उस language lab में they start from scratch. If they are writing one paragraph and making 20 mistakes, in one page 20 mistakes, they should cover it up with due diligence and proper guidance. And I have seen it bearing result. Within 1 year, they are making 1 or 2 mistakes in one page. It's very simple, old Gurukul method. Make them write whatever they study. 30 pages, 40 pages every day. But make it interesting. They don't even know they are writing 40 pages. But that is the job of a skilled teacher. So it is all about training and your ability and your mindset.
That's great, sir. So I'll right now the situation is very bad since it's pandemic. So with this context, I would ask you what was your vision for the university, and in the next 10 years, what is your college's top priority, right?
The irony of university is they are selling. These private universities, I won't say most of them, but they believe in selling. Imparting education, vidya daan dena nahi ho raha hai, wo sell kar raha hai. What is the difference between marketing and selling? Selling is about disposing of. Selling is about pushing you up. Selling is about making money. Marketing is all product focused. If you do the marketing bit, selling takes care of itself. I never have to arrange for campus interview for my student. Rarely, initially 5-7 years, yes. But tell me a hotel in the world, I'll point a finger to it and my students will be there in a couple of years. Yes, it will be. Why? Because I follow a particular modus operandi. My products are so well suitable for the industry. I mean, they demand them. I just inform them I have so many students passing out. And those who know my product, they say, okay, let's get on with it. तो ठीक है, आप दो, मैं एक दो एक दो एक दो, एंड आई कीप डिस्ट्रीब्यूटिंग, मैं एक दो करके हर ग्रुप में डिस्ट्रीब्यूट कर देता हूँ, बिकॉज दे हैव सीन माई प्रोडक्ट कि there's a very famous phrase कि बाढ़ में तो लोहा भी तैरता है, जब बाढ़ आती है ना तो लोहा भी तैरता है। इसका मतलब ऐसा थोड़ी ना कि लोहा तैरता, कहने का मतलब यह है कि जब इकोनॉमिक्स की बाढ़ आती है, जब बिजनेस धंधा चलता रहता है, धंधे पे धंधा चलता रहता है, जब मार्केट में हर कुछ चलता है ना, तो गधे भी बिक जाते हैं सोने के भाव। लेकिन जब आंधी तूफान आएगी तो सिर्फ मजबूत खूंटी खड़ा रहे। मैरियट एंड लैमेरिट की कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज हैं, ताज की हैं, महिंद्रास की हैं। दे रिड्यूस देयर स्टाफ बाय 70%, and I found only 2 to 5% of my students being asked to quit. 97% students were retained. Why? They understood that एक लड़का 10 लड़के का प्रेशर ले सकता। They are multi-skilled. They are focused. They take your business as if it's their own. So where do they get it from? They get it from me, my teachers, my faculty, my modus operandi. तो ये जो पैंडेमिक है या जो यूनिवर्सिटी से रिलेशंस हैं, they only focus about taking admissions. They only focus about कंटेंट क्रिएशन, डिलीवरी में कोई हेल्प नहीं है, लीस्ट बॉदर्ड। सो कॉलेजेस टेक केयर ऑफ देम दीज कंटेंट एंड मॉडिफिकेशन एंड इंडस्ट्री सुटेबिलिटी, एंड दे टेक एग्जामिनेशन, दे प्रोवाइड यू सेट, डन विद इट। बट यस, I had seen, I was associated with LPU also. Like I said, not every university is like that. Lovely Professional University did a wonderful job. Everything support was there. Wonderful support was there. Similarly, there are at least another, I was associated with them, so I took their name. But there are so many. There are so many. My daughter is studying with one university. Yes, they are very focused. They're pressurizing the students in getting things done. My college timing starts from 9 o'clock, officially it ends at 5. But I'll tell you, we stretch it up to 7, 8. If the practical is going on and it's lengthy one, we stretch it up to 7 o'clock as well. Then you have projects and assignments 3 or 4 times in a year where you have to stay in the college for 3 days, 4 days. It's a commercial venture. Commercial venture handled by the student, makes them mature and wise. Direct customer interface, but that is the job of a college, which very few colleges find time to do. Because उनको तो लगता है कि मैक्सिमम लोगों को लगता है सिलेबस खत्म करना। अब सिलेबस खत्म करना है, यहाँ से कोई ठेकेदारी की गो आती है कि एक ठेका ले लिया है, ठेका कंप्लीट करना। बट द फैक्ट ऑफ द मैटर इज कि इंडस्ट्री में ठेका नहीं चलता है, कमिटमेंट चलता है, एंड यू कांट गो ऑन आस्किंग सॉल्यूशंस इन इंडस्ट्री। यू आर द सॉल्यूशन प्रोवाइडर। मैनेजमेंट सब्जेक्ट जब आप पढ़ते हो तो you become the solution provider. You become the assessor. So you have to start giving input. और वहां जाके यदि आप इनपुट लेना शुरू करते हो तो you waste that 2, 3, 4, 5 years. और इसीलिए मैं कह रहा था हमारे बच्चे 10 साल में जीएम बन गए, वो इसलिए कि वो इनपुट देना शुरू कर देते हैं जैसे ही जाते। The discussion in the classroom matters much more. So university क्या कर सकते हैं? They can harness talent pool. और ये कोविड पैंडेमिक में ये चीज तो तय हो गई है कि ऑनलाइन इज अ बिग टूल इन टीचिंग, इंटरैक्टिंग। क्वालिटी टीचर कैन नॉट बी एवरीवेयर, क्वालिटी इम्पार्टर कैन नॉट बी एवरीवेयर। तो क्या हो सकता है कि क्वालिटी यदि असेसर है किसी के पास, ही कैन बी शेयर्ड ऑनलाइन थ्रू मिलियंस टू मिलियंस ऑफ स्टूडेंट। और यही हो रहा है। पीपल हु डोंट एक्सेप्ट इट विल गेट डाउन, विल गेट लॉस्ट। सो इट्स ऑल अबाउट क्वालिटी नाउ। क्वालिटी ही सर्वाइव करेगा। और ये यूनिवर्सिटी को भी देखना पड़ेगा, नहीं तो जैसे कॉलेजेस बंद हो रहा है वैसे अब कुछ दिनों बाद यूनिवर्सिटी भी बंद होना।
Okay. So the last question is, any suggestion you would like to give to the current youth and aspiring students?
Aspiring students, I don't know whether to blame them or not. Dreaming is good. They have learned to dream. We used to have very small dreams, and it used to get stretched 25 years, 30 years back. I'm talking about 91. I passed out in 91, 85 to 91 was a very critical phase. कोई गाइड करने वाला नहीं था, 5 लोगों से पूछा, किसी ने कुछ बता दिया, IIT, NIT और मेडिकल छोड़ के कुछ पता नहीं था। आजकल के बच्चों के साथ वो दुविधा नहीं है। They know more than their parents. Parents are streamlined in one particular focus. कल को एक बंदा आएगा, वो बोलेगा कि पापा ये ऐसा भी कोर्स होता है। Like a shipping university in Vizag giving a course on psephology, e-commerce and management. अब ये एक अजीब सा कॉम्बिनेशन, बट इट हैज कमर्शियल वायबिलिटी। तो क्या है कि रिजिडिटी विल नॉट पे, फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी विल। तो आज के स्टूडेंट्स को मैं ये बोलूंगा कि जो न्यू मॉडर्न एजुकेशन पॉलिसी है वो आपको ये छूट देती है कि आप कभी भी एंटर कर सकते हो एजुकेशन और कभी भी जॉब में जा सकते हो, बिकॉज वो एंट्री एंड एग्जिट पॉलिसी ले रहे हैं। प्लस यू हैव द चॉइस ऑफ चूजिंग one subject from arts, one subject from commerce, one subject from management, and one subject from language, and still get to do masters in one subject of your choice after 2 years when you realize, okay, this was the one I wanted. तो इससे अच्छा समय तो हो ही नहीं सकता, क्योंकि if I wanted to take economics with physics, that was not allowed. So, लेकिन आज आप कर, बहुत सारी कमर्शियल वायबिलिटी की चीजें आ गई, और इस चीजों को ध्यान में रखते हुए स्टूडेंट को मैं 2-4 पॉइंट बताऊंगा। आज के स्टूडेंट, कीप योर आईज ओपन एंड कीप योरसेल्फ वेल इन्फॉर्म्ड। It's not about only IITs and NITs. There are lovely, so many thousands of private universities and colleges. They are throwing up career-bound course program because they are more in direct touch with the industry. Now, lot of streams are intermingling. Keep your eyes open and focused, and keep talking to the right people to understand who you are, what you want, and in which direction do you want to proceed. Because the biggest tool you have is information in your hand. And least, not the least, not the last, always give 2 hours to your physical fitness. The more you are online, supposing you spend 15 hours on your phone or your laptop, so 10% of the time, 1.5 hours, should be devoted at least to your physical fitness. And yes, very obvious, there's poison all around. So you should be immune to a lot of bad thoughts. You should not get bogged down by negativity in the society. Because पहले negative news नहीं आती, आजकल इतनी सारी negative news आती हैं, you forget it. आप उसकी तरफ देखो भी मत। आप क्या चाहते हो उस चीज को फोकस करो, आप किस में अच्छे हो उस चीज को फोकस करो। और आज का करिकुलम ऐसा है, वो जो कौन सी यूनिवर्सिटी वो प्रोग्राम दे रही है और उस चीज को कर। अब तो ऐसा हो गया है कि यूनिवर्सिटी डिग्री भी मायने नहीं रखती है। यदि हैंड्स ऑन स्किल ट्रेड है ना, तो यूनिवर्सिटी डिग्री भी मायने नहीं रखती। आपको एक कहीं का भी सर्टिफिकेट मिल जाए या आपने ट्रेनिंग कर लिया है इस सब्जेक्ट पे, तो बड़ी बड़ी बिजनेस हाउसेस आपको ले लेते, आपको बिल्कुल ऑफर कर देते। तो ये चेंजिंग इकोनॉमिक एनवायरनमेंट को समझिए, ज्ञानी गुणियों की लेक्चर्स एंड बातें सुनते रहिए, एंड फॉर्म योर ओन इंडिविजुअल आइडिया। दैट इज ओनली व्हाट आई कैन से। और पैशन की कमी नहीं है, फोकस की बहुत कमी। सुबह एक फोकस होता है, शाम को अलग। 5 दोस्तों के साथ बैठ गया तो फिर फोकस चेंज हो जाता। डोंट डू दैट, बिकॉज यू नो योरसेल्फ बेटर देन अदर्स। सो हैव फेथ इन योरसेल्फ एंड बिलीव इन योरसेल्फ कि कोई दूसरा कर रहा है, कुछ भी आप करो ना, ये मत करो कि कोई दूसरा कर रहा है इसलिए मैं कर रहा हूं। क्योंकि 90% बच्चे यही करते हैं कि मेरा दोस्त कर रहा था ना, मैंने सोचा मैं भी कर लूं। दैट इज बैड। दैट मीन्स you are not a leader, you are a follower. If you really want to lead, that leadership style and ability comes from within, comes from knowledge, comes from self-belief. दूसरे को देख के नहीं आएगा. You should increase that self-belief by knowledge. और knowledge आएगा आप exposed होके अच्छी अच्छी चीजों से focused रह के जब उसका अध्ययन करोगे तब. अब आपने मैथमेटिक्स में क्लास 12 कर लिया और एक परसेंटेज रेशियो का छोटा सा सवाल नहीं कर पा रहे हो, या रिग्रेशन एनालिसिस में जाके अटक जा रहे हो, आप कर ही नहीं पा रहे, तो फिर 12 क्यों किया मैथमेटिक्स? गलत किया. तो इंडस्ट्री बेवकूफ नहीं है. इंडस्ट्री लेकिन आपको बिल्कुल आर पार देख लेती है. हम जब किसी से 10 मिनट बात करते हैं ना, तो हमको पूरा साफ दिखता है बंदे में कितनी औकात है, सीधी लैंग्वेज में, बट अदरवाइज पोटेंशियल इंग्लिश में बोलेंगे कि कितनी पोटेंशियल है, क्या ये मेरे काम का है, क्या इसकी कोई भी क्वालिटी में अपने काम लगा सकता हूं, तुरंत ऑफर मिल जाए. इसीलिए एज भी बाउंड्री नहीं है, लेकिन आपकी एटीट्यूड, आपकी पॉजिटिविटी, आपका सेल्फ बिलीफ एंड लीडरशिप एबिलिटी वहीं से आ जाएगा. सामने वाले बंदे को ये दिखता है, उसे काफी तजुर्बा है. सो किसी को कॉपी ना करें, खुद में रहें और मस्त रहें.
So it was really inspirational and motivational hearing your words. So I'm really honored to have you on our platform. Thanks a lot, sir.